So, a few days ago, Pixel Paradise, the newest Minecraft Bedrock Edition featured server, released to the public, and to be honest, the server sucks. I'm sorry for being blunt about it, but it really just does. There's so many things that are wrong with the server, and there's so many things that went wrong with its release, and it's just nowhere near the quality that a Minecraft Bedrock Edition featured server should be. In this video, I'm gonna attempt to go over all of the issues that I have at the moment with Pixel Paradise. I'll talk about their day one disaster of a release, the generally underwhelming content on the server as a whole, and the fact that this server is literally a blatant cash grab. I realize that this video is going to produce some strong opinions, and all I ask is that you wait until the end of the video and hear what I have to say first before sharing your own. Leave a like on the video if you want to, subscribe if you're a fan of my content, and enjoy. So, I should probably say that most people already expected Pixel Paradise to be like this. I, for one, made a speculation video on the server when it was still in its coming soon stages, and I didn't really express high hopes for it. As it turns out, quite a lot of the assumptions that I made in that video ended up being correct. Regardless, even with my expectations being pretty low from the start, Pixel Paradise still managed to underwhelm me. When the server released a couple days ago, it was extremely unstable to the point where you would have to try connecting 5 to 10 times just to be able to get in the server. Once you actually made it on, everything was extremely laggy, and you could get kicked at random points just because the server was having a difficult time. I understand that there were hundreds of people trying to connect and join the server all at the same time, but this brings me to my first point in the video of things that don't really make sense. Why is the Pixel Paradise server having so much difficulty with the few hundred people trying to join when they're literally owned by the same company that owns Mineville, a server that has thousands of people online at once? I will admit that I don't know much about server development, but I feel like they would either use the same servers that Mineville does, or at least expect the fact that a lot of people are going to want to try out a new featured server, right? I don't know, all of this just kind of doesn't make sense in my mind. But let's say that you actually managed to make it onto the server for more than 10 seconds without getting kicked. What can you actually do on Pixel Paradise? Right off the bat, you can see some NPCs. I'm going to start off with the one in the front left. It's called Islands, and you spawn on some sort of hub island. The logical place to go would be the nether portal in front of you, and when you go there, you can't even play the game because you need to buy a pass with Minecoins. But let's say you saved up a Minecoin gift card from last Christmas and you want to spend it now. Once you buy the pass, you get a private island and it literally becomes Island Skyblock. There's nothing much to it, honestly. It's quite literally Skyblock on an island surrounded by water. It's honestly pretty slow in the beginning, but wait, you can sail to the second island hub and see a bunch of NPCs that'll do the slow things for you. How much do they cost? $16 each. In a game that you already have to pay for. Yep. So you wasted your money on islands, but there's surely other stuff to go do on the server. We'll try out the other NPC in the front called Volcano. Surely that'll be better, right? No, because you have to buy a pass for that game as well. But let's just say that you have a few more Minecoins left on that gift card that you bought islands with. You make it past the Great Firewall and it instantly becomes Woodpick Mining Stone and Coal Simulator. You just paid it $2 to gain access to an area in a server where you can mine coal with a wooden pick. Let that sink in. But what if you said that you wanted to mine stuff faster? Well, I have a solution for you. Just spend more real money on in-game items to mine coal faster. You can literally spend $16 on a one-time use item that explodes the entire mine and gives all of the items to you. I don't even think I need to say anything further because anyone with a brain can understand how dumb this is. In comparison, all of these microtransactions that are in the games that you already have to pay for almost make the $30 server VIP pass seem less dumb. It gets you an Islands pass and one of each of the $16 helpers, which I guess is a better deal, but still, spending $30 or more just to play on a Minecraft server. I can't even begin to describe how much this hurts my brain. Whatever though, you finally begin to realize that you got scammed out of all your money. Still, there's a little bit of good news. There are some free games on the server that you can still play. There's TNT Run, which I would say is laggy at best. You'll sometimes just fall through the block that you're running on. That's definitely how the game's supposed to be played. And then there's also Spleef, which honestly isn't that bad all things considered. It's your normal generic Spleef, but overall it works pretty well other than the snowballs, which are a little bit scuffed. Also, just the server being laggy in general can kind of make your games unpleasant sometimes with mining blocks on other people but they don't fall. But otherwise, Spleef is kind of alright, I guess. But still, step back and take a look at these free minigames and you'll realize that these are the most basic forms of the games. While I personally wouldn't be able to do it, I know multiple people that would legitimately be able to code this game with command blocks in a single player world. These games aren't really anything special or original other than maybe the power-ups in TNT Run. Now, the last thing that you can do on the server is explore the relatively large hub. It's meant for role-playing, and there's a lot of stuff and people that you can talk to there. Overall, it's pretty decent. The terrain's a little bit flat and kind of seems a little bit over-terraformed, but the builds overall are pretty nice other than the boat directly behind spawn having literally nothing in it. But yeah, I don't know. The hub's kind of cool, but obviously it's not really meant for a player like me, I guess. Still, that's literally everything that you can do on Pixel Paradise at the moment, and I explained that in 4 minutes. With all of that being said though, I think it's time to move on and talk about some of the implications of Pixel Paradise existing and talk about some of the things that the staff have said. Right off the bat, I will straight up say that this type of server is why people think they hate Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Pixel Paradise is a server riddled with microtransactions upon microtransactions and games that could be made with command blocks. This server should not be a Minecraft Bedrock Edition featured server. I do not know how this got to be on the same level of promotion by Microsoft and Minecraft as a server like The Hive or like Galaxite. Well, actually I do. This server is just about the most obvious cash grab that you will ever see. How do I know this? Well, I've got a screenshot that I've got so much to talk about with. A Pixel Paradise server staff member said that they are, quote, targeting a different demographic with this server. With Pixel Paradise, we're aiming for more younger players, and then we end the quote for now because there's still a bunch of stuff to talk about in this screenshot, but it doesn't matter at the moment. Okay, so they say that they're targeting younger audiences, and that's fine, right? Younger audiences like to play Minecraft. They also, however, straight up say on their FAQ page that a part of their server is pay to play. What younger audiences, though, are going to have $30 to spend on a server VIP pass, or $16 to spend on a literal one-time explosion in a prisons game mode? If you can't see that this is a very obvious ploy to just get kids to go get their mom's credit card and spend it on in-game items, I don't know what video you've been watching. Yes, I realize that servers do in fact need money to stay afloat, but for the quality of everything on this server, these microtransactions on the games of Pixel Paradise are literal scams. And to get back to the question of why is this server featured, I just told you. These microtransactions make a lot of money for Pixel Paradise, but you know who they also make money for? Microsoft and Mojang. They get a cut of the sales, and that's precisely the reason why Pixel Paradise is a featured server on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. But you wanna know what else is kinda weird? How Pixel Paradise calls themselves a roleplay server when literally the only roleplay that they have is the hub. TNT Run and Spleef most definitely aren't roleplay, and I honestly wouldn't consider Islands or Volcano roleplay either. And yet, going back to that screenshot that I showed earlier, the question that the staff member was responding to was what makes InPvP different from Mineville? It seems like the exact same thing. Well, the staff member's response was that it was for, quote, younger players or female players. There's a lot of people out there that want roleplay Minecraft experiences. But first off, again, Pixel Paradise isn't really roleplay at all if they've got one hub that you can roleplay in. And two, how is Pixel Paradise catered to female players more than males? By saying that, does that mean that Mineville was supposed to be catered more towards males over females? I personally don't think so, and I don't see how either of these servers are catered towards a specific gender. They're both just Minecraft roleplay servers by self-definition, even though Pixel Paradise doesn't really have that much roleplay. Now, I guess after all of this, I should say that I don't think the people who made the majority of the server deserve the majority of the blame for all of this. Specifically, I mean the people who built the server and coded the games and all of that. Yes, a lot of the builds and art and design of the games are relatively simple, but I would assume that they were just doing what they were told within the budget and time range. There's no need to send hate to the people that just designed this server. However, I think the majority of the blame for this one sits on the shoulders of the owners who submitted this to Microsoft, thinking that it was an acceptable featured server, and Microsoft and Mojang for actually publishing this as a featured server, because it's clearly not the same quality of most, if not all of the other featured servers that we have. Honestly though, there's really no need to send hate to anyone for all of this because we're all humans and we make mistakes, but I really would like to know what the boomers at Microsoft were thinking when they saw this and said, yeah, the players will definitely like to play on Pixel Paradise. No one will have any issues with this server whatsoever. Definitely. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm willing to talk about with Pixel Paradise today. There's honestly so much more that I could speak on regarding the server, but I also don't want this video to be like 20 minutes long, so I think I'm gonna call it here for now. I will say this before I end the video off. Please be respectful to the staff of Pixel Paradise when talking to them about your issues with the server, because just sending them hate literally won't get anyone anywhere. It just slows stuff down and overall makes the experience worse for everyone. They are humans at the end of the day, as are you, and we don't need to be rude to one another. Just keep that in mind. I hope this video was able to provide some insight from a player point of view on why the server is viewed so negatively among almost everyone. Overall, it's just not very player friendly at all, and I don't know if the people at Pixel Paradise realize this. I hope to see things getting better in the future, but at the moment, it's really not looking good. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. A lot of my stuff usually isn't as negative as this, but it's still in a very similar commentary style, and if you like these videos, I guarantee you would like my others as well. Also, if you have any thoughts on this video, be sure to let me know in a comment. I usually read pretty much all of my comments, so if you have something to say, I probably will see it. Also before we end, I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my YouTube channel members. They support me for $4.99 a month, and they get some cool perks like getting their names displayed at the end of every video, among some others. If you'd like to check out what those are, or become a member for yourself, you can do so by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button or by clicking the members link in the description. Once again, thank you all for watching, thank you all for your support, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.